Hi everyone. This week's case study I thought would be a really good one for everyone because although we're looking at the pelvis, it was an elevated pelvis, it ties in beautifully to what we went over with the certification, which was, there's different ways that the pelvis could actually be elevated or depressed. And one of them in this particular case, this gentleman came in with pretty significant low back pain. He's had it chronic for a long time. He said it's basically every 3 months his back goes out on him. He has to go to his chiropractor to get it fixed. But one of the cool things, and again, this is going to blend, I think, perfectly in with the level 2 certification, which is talking about the hip, the knee, the foot and ankle, how that all ties in. So with his right foot, I'm going to kind of go over this because we didn't take pictures, but again, I thought this would be a perfect fit to the next level of certification. So with his right foot was turned out, his right subtalar joint foot was completely collapsing in. Now he did break his ankle a number of 7 years ago actually. So that without question contributed to that. He probably had some ligament damage as well, it looked like. So he's collapsing in, and he was actually going a little bit valgus on that right knee as well. So what was happening is he was dropping in this way. He was actually dropping his right side of his pelvis. But he definitely did have an elevation as well, because we did some testing and it was showing some weakness on that left side. So what we did, we went after the elevated program that you guys have in your booklet, and I did a little different variations of it though because of the knee position and the ankle and foot position. So we started with the abductor presses, or the knee presses, and then we did the knee squeezes. But then from there, this is where it gets a little interesting. I had the strap around his knees, and I had him do foot circles. So basically his knees were hip width apart, he had a strap around his knees, he was pressing out, and he was doing a foot circle. And the reason why I did that was I wanted the valgus stress to be taken out of his right knee, so he was completely neutral. He was getting the lateral stabilizers engaged of his hips, but then we started incorporating more of the perineal, more of the anterior tib, and your anterior tib actually could be a really important muscle to help supinate the foot versus allowing it to pronate. So from there we went into pullovers, which is in a neutral back position. I still kept the strap around his knees, and he was keeping pressure out, and the idea there was to try to get some more T-spine extension, and then also get some lumbopelvic rhythm. So we're actually getting that pelvis and that lumbar spine to actually start rocking and start working together. Now from there, I went into the rotation with the arms, the reverse full block, where he was just twisting back. And again, I kept the strap around his knees, and again, that was for that lateral stability. And then I blended in from T-spine all the way into lumbar while he was stabilizing at the hips. And then the last one we did what's called a rocking chair, which is where we put the strap around the knees, and then he's rocking up onto his heel and then back up onto the ball of his foot, and that's going through plantar dorsiflexion. So now I'm tying the whole system together. So we're going through, while the foot is in relative supination because I'm pressing out against the strap, I'm retraining the plantar dorsiflexion. I'm keeping that stability in the knee and the hip because he's pressing out against the strap, and then he's also getting a lot of that, again, lumbopelvic rhythm bilaterally. So that was the first program I did with the gentleman. We got done at least 50% decrease in the elevation, and you did feel better. So stay tuned for next week's case study. What I'm going to try to do is keep blending the levels into what you already taught about with the pelvic deviations. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys post on that site. We've got to get more involvement on that. But and then keep me posted on everything's going. All right, we'll see you next week.